Susan Thomson with Action Coach in Madison, and I'm here to give you 7 tips to achieving a healthy mindset in your business in 7 minutes. So let's dive in. First and foremost, get clear on your why. It started you off right in your business, and it will carry you through the tough times and the boring times. I personally am a great starter and a lousy finisher. I love the thrill of dreaming big and starting big. And once I'm in that kind of boring part of execution in the middle, I am usually the one that's off looking for something more fun to do. But as a business owner, I can't do that. Even if I have a team around me that's really there to follow through on the stuff that I start or we start, I'm part of a partnership, I owe it to them to get them through the middle part. One of the ways somebody described this to me was as a marathon runner. There's a huge adrenaline rush at the beginning of a marathon and a big exhilaration at the end, and then there's the 20 miles in the middle that are just slow, steady, pacing after pacing after pacing. And the key to this is to get clear on your why, right? Your why is what's going to get you through. And for me, it's I've been a CEO before, and it's a whole lot harder than it looks from the other side of the desk. What I dealt with as a CEO was a lot of sleepless nights around, making payroll and where's the next sale going to come from, and my employees not doing what they were supposed to be doing, so me doing all kinds of stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing. And oh my gosh, if we actually make this sale, can we execute on this sale? You can never turn it off as a CEO or as a president or as an owner. And the reality is I made that harder than I needed to. I didn't know about coaching then. I didn't know about these kinds of resources then. So a big part of my why is to really connect with people who are in that situation and show them that there's a better way, an easier way. So get clear on your why. Number 2, surround yourself who will push you to think bigger and do bigger. At some point in your career, it was do or die. You had a mortgage to pay, you had a big promotion, you were trying to prove yourself worthy of, you started something big and exciting, and then you did it. And once you proved to yourself that you could do it, you got comfortable. So actively find someone, a coach, a mentor, both, who's going to push you to continue to have a bigger impact. A lot of people tell me, well, I don't want to get bigger. I don't want to have 300 employees. That's fine. But you do want to have a bigger impact. So for us, I'm working with 2 coaches right now. We have an advisory board. I'm following several blogs like Peter Diamandis and Richard Branson and Paul Dunn, who are all big picture thinkers. And oh my gosh, are they opening my eyes to possibilities I never would have imagined before. Like how we can help 100,000 business owners instead of just a couple thousand. At Action Coach, we always say if you're not growing, you're dying. Find somebody to push you to grow. Number 3, get your business plan done. When you can see the path, the rest gets easier. So we have this awesome, brilliantly simple 2-day strategic planning process called Planning Club. Can get your 5-year strategic plan in 2 days. That's great. Okay. What it really does is force you to get out of your business for 2 days and think. Think about what could be. Think about what your realities are. Think about what your business needs to look like to really achieve your goals, and do the roadmap. That's great. Okay? It's great. The thinking that goes into it is great. Getting clear on your plan is great. Seeing the financial impact of your plan is great. And what you need to do, being clear on that is great. But you know what's really great? Every person who's come through Planning Club has hit their 3-year goals at the end of their first year. Just get it done. Put the dates on your calendar. You'll quit worrying about the day-to-day treadmill and being busy, and you'll actually see yourself making some measurable progress. Number 4, surround yourself with abundant-minded people. Have you ever found yourself around people or someone who says stuff like you can have quality or you can have price? Pick one. Or you can have a great family life or a great paycheck, but not both. Or in my old corporate days, there's one spot on the org chart and one of you might get it, but that means a couple of you are going to lose out. We encounter stuff like that all the time, and it drives me crazy because it teaches us, it makes us believe that that's actually true. And you know what's really true? Those are fixed mindset scenarios. The truth is, if you have an abundant mentality and you surround yourself with people who also have an abundant mentality, you can have and do amazing things. Let me introduce you to John. So John was a CFO of a global company. He ran a North American division that had 2 divisions and an acquisition, something like that, reporting to it. Lots of consolidation of stuff every month and every quarter. And John had worked his way up the corporate ladder, and he lived in what he perceived to be a very dangerous, judgmental kind of an environment. So he lived in fear of getting caught with the wrong answer, or not being the smartest guy in the room. So he personally reviewed all of his team's financial reports, and there were a lot every month. He went to every meeting armed with every answer of every question he thought they could possibly ask him. It was awful. It was awful, and he was in defense mode all the time. But when John lifted his head up and realized that he had already earned a seat at the executive table and didn't need to be the smartest guy in the room, because what people were counting on him for were what he could give, which was always characterized as uncanny business acumen for a finance guy. He's really started to enjoy giving instead of feeling like he was under attack all the time. Now he runs a major division in China. Pretty cool experience, not just for him, but for his family too. Surround yourself with abundant people. Okay, number 5, schedule time for you. Meditation, exercise, family, friends, turn off. I have to confess I'm a work in progress here. I love what I do. And what I've found is that if I can put some bumpers on it and take the year in chemistry class for an hour, not until you've learned everything there is to learn about chemistry approach, I am way more productive in the time that I do spend at work. And I'm skinnier because I actually make it to my workouts, which makes me happier. And I started meditating a couple of years ago, which was a really interesting addition to my daily wellness practices. And while I don't really feel anything while I'm sitting there breathing and trying to just be present and in the moment, I have absolutely noticed that my ability to handle life in general is significantly better than it used to be. That simple practice, 10 minutes every morning, I believe has gotten me through the breakup with a business partner, the normal highs and lows in the rhythm of the business, a kid who has bipolar disease, aging parents. Things just don't hijack my mind and my energy like they used to. So schedule time. Put time in your calendar for you. And it's the stuff that you deem to be important. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's working out, maybe it's reading, maybe it's spending time with your family and friends, maybe it's riding your horse. I don't know what that is for you, but put it in your calendar. If it's in your calendar, you're much more likely to do it. Number 6, keep learning. Become a student of leadership and personal development and business models and growth and whatever you need to get better at. So Brenda, who runs this business writing resumes and consulting kids kids and young adults, I guess, getting into college and graduate programs, said to me one day, "I'm a total junkie for self-improvement." And I thought, how cool is that? And Brenda has gone from being a fairly introverted person to one who's like now she's a public speaker. She actually gets paid for it, and she's a trainer, and she's just a completely different person. And we were at our last growth club, and somebody came up to me and said, "What happened to Brenda? She's shining." What had gotten into her was that she's learning. She explores, she schedules time for it, she has a budget for it. She really looks forward to learning. So find that for you. Become a student of personal and professional development. Put yourself in situations where you'll have to turn what you're learning into actual skills, like being on a committee or joining a board. Whatever those things are that you enjoy or want or need to get better at, do it. It's a total blast. Number 7, stop trying to be all things to all people. I often struggle with all the things I should be doing. Running a business, being there for my team, being there for my husband, making time to exercise, making sure my dog gets exercise. And that leads to a lot of guilt. And not enjoying the present because I'm focused on what I should be doing instead of what I am doing. So I realized something really fundamental, and that's that if I don't take care of me first, I'm not going to be around to take care of other people, the people that I care about the most. This was really, really evident in my corporate days. When I was the CEO of my last company, my husband would call me every day around 6:45 to see if I was going to make it home for dinner. And sometimes I made it home by 7, and sometimes it was more like 7:30, 7:45. And I got home stressed, and I got home tired, and I got home usually frustrated or pissed off about something at the office, and work was sort of ever present on my mind. I can't imagine what I was like to be around back in those days. Like, who would want to be around a stressed out, frustrated, tired person all the time? So when I bought this business, I made a promise to myself and to my husband that the nights and weekends were done. That if I'm not home by 6 o'clock every night, I'll call. And what's ended up happening is that now I'm actually get the work done, have time to work out, get home in time for my husband and I to make dinner together, which is something that we both really enjoy. And I have tons of energy. We talk about our days, we dream and we plan for the future. I'm a different person. So make that choice for you to be there for the people and the things that are most important to you. Not to the rest of the world, not to what everybody else tells you is what you need to be doing, just for you. Put them on your calendar. You'll live an amazing life that way. So that's it. 7 things to having a healthy mindset in your business. I hope you found this helpful. And remember, nothing changes until you take action. So take action.